Right, we are live. I was just waiting for it. I forget that this is a bit different to the other stream than we was on. Right, let's just get rid of that. It's going to come off. Welcome to Radio Free Endor, and this is episode 120. 120 it is. Uh, Let me just get that off. How do we get it off? There we go. There we go. We're on. Welcome again. We've come on. This is episode 120, like I say. I am Jamie as well as yourselves. Welcome. And with me is Christopher. How you doing, son?
I'm doing great. How are you,
Not
my
too bad.
father?
I'm just keeping it a bit warm in my snuggly Chewbacca coat, which I'm sorry, I've been in my closet and I'm like, why do I not wear that more often? So I am keep nice and warm, nice and warm. Do you know what? It has been a fantastic. Do you know Christmas was great? We had really good Christmas. We had a really good New Year. We spent it together, didn't we, Chris?
We
And
did.
played an awful lot of darts. Played an awful lot of darts. And in Star Wars news, it all happened. Everything
Mm.
happened. So we thought we best get on right now and do an episode, really. But first, Chris, speaking of darts,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know that I've got my Star Wars dartboard, which is down here. I've not put it up yet because people keep hitting the wall, and I kind of look at it as a collector's item. But, Chris,
Yeah.
what have you got?
I've got the same board, and
Mm,
I have put my up, and I have been using it, so
mm,
I can show them off. But when we last spoke, we had little bits of the merchandise. Obviously, now we have a little bit more. I played a lot of darts with obviously you,
mm.
and yeah, we're going to it. So I think like the first thing, and this is really cool. But the first thing is that obviously people that don't know darts, there's three bits to a dart. There's the point, the barrel, that's the middle part, and the stem. And Target Darts obviously have done this collaboration with Disney, and they release these K flexes. So this, if it focuses, is ooh,
The Darth Maul
the Darth
K-Flex.
Maul K flex.
Yeah.
See if it focuses.
Yep. I can see it. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Especially when you do it, keep going around, spin it again slightly. Stop. Oh, that's it. Just there. You can see both sides of his head there. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Mm,
So obviously we don't have any of the expensive sets
mm,
with their unique K flexes, but we did get a chance to hold each different dart over the Christmas break, and some of them are really cool. The lightsabers are really cool. An interesting fact for you, and I saw this the other day. One of the professional darts player, his name's Steve Bunting. He actually reviewed his copy of the Luke Skywalker ones and the Darth Vader ones. We showed them in the previous episode.
hmm
But Steve Bunting has the 501st edition of the Darth Vader darts. Do you think that's a
Wow.
coincidence? Do you know the very expensive ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
600. Do you think that's a coincidence? I don't think so.
No.
I
No.
think they knew the address and was like, we'll send
Let's
him
send
these
him the
ones.
501st one. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's
So
ace.
what we was going to show is the dartboard and the dart surround. So this is the dartboard. So I'll just move my mic a little bit. Oop.
This is very premium. This set is so you get the dartboard and the surround, and as you can see with the dartboard, it's got Star Wars, it's got Tie Fighters, and it's
One
also got
second.
X Wings on it. And the beauty of it is that the outer rim with all the numbers can actually be turned around. So for the longevity of the board, so your 20s are not always just going to be messed up. You can turn the board itself, but
Yeah.
it's very, very premium. It's very, very nice. I've had
Yeah.
mine out, and I did chuck a dart in it.
So it's Target's premium board,
Mm,
and then they've done a Star Wars overlay. I think what's really nice about it is the TIE fighters on it. But I
Yeah.
don't think this will be their only design. So that's the board. And then obviously, because people like to hit the walls, there's also a surround.
Yes.
So obviously this sits around. So you got, this is the Millennium Falcon. So
Yes.
you got
The dice.
hands, dice.
Yeah.
You got the whole surround.
And the
Right
cockpit.
at the bottom.
Yeah, it's ace, that is. And for everyone who wants to see what it comes in this box. And mine's still in it. So it's very, very heavy. There we go.
Yeah.
the
So that's how it looks together. Obviously, I use mine when Dad is different. It is a collect. You could say, oh, it's a collectible, but it's not limited run. It's on the store, you know.
It is, yeah.
And what I find really interesting, and I know we spoke about this last week, is that when you go onto the Target Darts website, what's actually really interesting is that you can register for collection 2. And so collection 1 includes obviously Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader darts. But in the collection 2, when you sign up to the form, they say, who is your favorite Star Wars character? And this is the list. They have Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, General Grievous, Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, and Han Solo.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like the more they get,
Yes.
we could sell a lot of Ahsoka ones, but the problem is Ahsoka ones wouldn't make for a good dart because she has bended lightsabers. So, you know, you gotta take creative freedom somewhere. But, you know, actual Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, I think that will be the next very high premium product from Target Darts. With probably a General Grievous and an Ahsoka case and a Boba Fett case. They would be the ones that I would say. A Boba Fett case, an Ahsoka case, and a General Grievous case. Like, because each one of them is like distinctive patterns. I've not actually got my case. One sec. I'll get my case to show as well.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
sorry. I just turned off my mic. So this is the Stormtrooper case. So you see that they can make unique designs.
Yes. I've got the, funny enough, I've got the Darth Maul one, which is downstairs,
Yeah.
actually.
To be fair, I wanted the Darth Maul one, but I felt like I couldn't get the same one. And that was only fair. Even though you're a bigger fan of Stormtroopers than I am, so.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I was like, to be fair, if I was going to get the other one, it would have been Stormtrooper or maybe R2. I don't know.
I'll just wait until
But
the
you could
collection.
see Ahsoka one coming out, 100%. You know, with the design
pattern.
on her head. Yeah.
Helmet. Yeah. So obviously, I don't think it will be this year because the drop only came out at the end of last year. But it's really exciting, obviously, that darts is, you know, very much a sport that's taking off. As well, and to have these like iconic brands work with these kind of companies like Xbox, Disney, Star Wars, I think it's really cool. So that was kind of like just a cool side one, you know, before we get on to onto the news.
Cool. So, right. So this is why we're here. We're down to the meat and veg. Let's get over to the news, shall we? Right. I would put a jingle there, but you can't hear it. We can hear it, but you can't hear that. But so let's get on to the news. Now, what is the big news? Apart from AI films and how good they are, is...
Tom Cruise directed part of Starfighter.
Yeah, that's right. Let's just put it up.
It's a great first article.
Yeah, it is a great article, to be fair. Tom Cruise. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's happening there? Right, here we go. So I will bring it into the chat screen. There we go. Shep. Here we go. Doop. So this is the Starfighter. So, speaking with New York Times, Sean Levy, the man who really likes having his photo taken, gives us a very cool piece of information regarding Star Wars Starfighter, which lands on the 28th of May 2027. Not only does he tell us that there's a scene that was filmed by none other than Tom Cruise, who visited the set, and his friend Livy, but he also confirms there was a lightsaber duel to look forward to. Ooh. Now, Tom Cruise was up to his ankles in mud and pond water. He wore a look of great concentration as he swooped over the digital cameras, trying to frame the perfect shot. Sean Levy glanced around in slight disbelief, partly as he was on the set of his very own Star Wars movie, Star Wars Starfighter, with Ryan Gosling, and partly it was the steady stream of A-list visitors. Last week it was Steven Spielberg, and now Tom Cruise is wielding a camera, ruining his very nice shoes. It was a brisk morning in November, and Cruise had dropped by from nearby London, landing his helicopter on the set of the new set as the crew piped in the Mission Impossible theme over the loudspeakers. Cruise just wanted to watch, he told them, but Livy, setting up a scene, involved a lightsaber duel in the water, suggested the star jumped on one of the cameras. He meant it as a joke, but there was Cruise wading into the muddy pond, holding the camera like a pro. Now, when you see the movie, Livy said, it's scheduled in 2027, you know that part of it was shot by Tom Cruise. I mean, how cool is that? Now, our friend Mark Newbold posted that on Fancy Tracks. Now, I'm sure I've seen a photo of him actually framing it somewhere.
I was unsure because I couldn't find a photo. And there's obviously a lot of clickbait on you won't believe what's happening. I think it's quite interesting. I think I can only see me on the stream. You can't see you. So while you've been talking, it's been me. Just a photo of me
Can you not see that? Can you not see the screen?
No, I can see the screen and me.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
In an overlay.
Yeah.
But I can't see you. So yeah, I think it's my window wasn't wide enough.
Technical issue there.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. But the first thing to say is, what do you think of Star Wars Starfighter having a lightsaber scene? Isn't that the bigger question?
Yeah, it's because I thought that that this is set after the sequel trilogy. And, there's only Rey, Rey Palpatine hanging around with her lightsaber. And, what's happening here? I don't know. I don't know. Are they just sticking a lightsaber in just for the sake of it, maybe? I don't know. A lightsaber duel? Because they probably think that, until we see the film, of course, we don't know. But it just kind of weird, really.
Yeah, to me, I think it's obviously it's 40 ABY, so it's 5 years after Star Wars Episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the question that I have is it Rey?
Mm-hmm.
And is it one lightsaber, one not? You know?
Yeah.
That would be my question, where it's it's probably going to be Rey.
Mm-hmm.
But is that a bad thing? Is that not? I don't know. I guess it's to me, I think it's cool that we're going to get more lightsaber battles, even though a lot of the Acolyte, you didn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
The parts of the Acolyte that was good was the lightsaber battles. They were unique. They were different. They were, good. Everything else you you can take it on the chin.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
I
yeah,
can.
yeah,
But the lightsabers was cool. So it's always cool to see more lightsabers. And I think if I was to ask for anything, I think it's more so giving a lightsaber to somebody who um just doesn't know how to use it,
mm,
and we got that in episode 7,
yeah, yeah.
with Finn just being like, I don't know what this is, but it's time to do some slashing. Like, sure, it
Mhm,
will work. I think that could be a unique take. But
mm,
then again, as soon as you bring lightsabers, you bring in Jedi's. We kind of played around with it with Skeleton Crew, but we
mm,
really didn't go anywhere with the lightsabers. You know what I
mm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Overall, I'm like really cool that Tom Cruise, jumped in and directed part of the camera. Executive producer rights confirmed. Um, but I just, yeah, it's more so being like, oh, it's got a lightsaber scene in it. I was like, I thought it was about starfighters. I thought it was about X-wings, you know?
Yeah. I'm just
So,
seeing if I can find that image. Because I could have sworn I seen it. Could have sworn I seen it. Unless it was.
centers around a young boy with potential force sensitivities with his uncle, Ryan Gosling.
Hmm. Saying that. Oh, no, it's AI. It's an AI generated. I've just found it, but it's AI.
Mm.
Yeah, it's AI. And never mind. Bloody AI. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hmm. So,
So, yeah, I think it's just a cool little story on the way to 2027.
yeah, and they have finished photography on it now. So it's going through the score, the special effects, and maybe reshoots. And we all know about Star Wars and reshoots, as in, like, oh, that's just no good. Let's remake the whole film like they did with Solo. 70% of Solo was filmed and then they reshot everything.
Mm-hmm.
There is an article about how much they went into, how much money was spent on all these Star Wars films. But that is for when we go on to another new section.
Yeah.
Now, we'll talk about the Disney parks before we go on to the major one, yeah? So, Chris, Disney parks. You've been to the Disney parks.
Well, I've been to
We,
Florida. I have not been to California.
yeah. And we are both going over in December. And what's happened? Well, it seems that it looks like they're walking back on the Disney parks, aren't they?
Yeah, they're retheming the Californian Disneyland. And it's very interesting that their take on this, and how they're spinning this, because obviously it's all spin.
Mm,
Um, but basically, what is happening is the Batu lands were always set in the theme of the universe, and the time period, and that really locked out characters like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, your Han Solos
mm.
from attending because they weren't alive in this sector and this
Yeah.
time. So now that they've decided that they want to move away from the sequel trilogy, they want to move to the original trilogy. I think that, yeah, it's very interesting. They've announced that the rides are not going to be changed, but they are going to be retheming certain elements. So obviously changing things like the flags
Mm.
to the Imperial flags instead of the First Order. Stormtroopers will probably be swapped out, and all these things. I guess I know what your opinion is. It's great. It's great. What's not to love? This is my favorite period. What's not to love? But it does kind of feel like a cop out. It's like, it's starting to struggle. What do we do? Yeah, we'll just do what everybody wants, you know?
Well, back in the day when they announced that Galaxy's Edge, it was going to be Tatooine. It was going to be Endor. It was going to be the Cantina. You was going to have a speeder bike chase through the forest. It was all set during the original trilogy, and then, of course, the higher power went, whoa, because we're bringing out our some new films. Let's let's showcase the new films. Why are we catering to 50-year-olds when we've got a whole slew of new films coming out for a younger generation? We don't make Star Wars for people in their 50s. We make it for the young people. So they've gone that way. And it, to be fair, it was a big success, but nobody, well, people, the sequel trilogy does have its fans, yeah, but to the majority of the fans, they're garbage. They're just garbage, and that's my personal opinion. I've got them, I've got them on Blu-ray and I've got them on HD, but I never watch them. I never watch them. If and we've discussed this before. If I was ever going to put a Star Wars from the from the sequel era, it would be Rogue One, or it'd be the Solo movie. Solo's got its problems, but it's watchable. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's a good film, but the I can understand them walking back the parks because people want to see stormtroopers, normal stormtroopers. People want to see Darth Vader. And we could sort of see how it was going because they sort of introduced Luke and R2, didn't they? And
Mm-hmm.
Chewie's always running around. And so it's sort of like, I think they were sort of testing the water. But it seems coincidence that Kathleen Kennedy's is leaving, and then all of a sudden it's what's happening is sort of sorting it. That's happening faster in California Disneyland at Galaxy's Edge. Now, what we've learned is from other YouTubers who are like with their fingers on the pulse, you could say, that the Millennium Falcon ride will have bit of a new upgrade on it, as in like to
They've
feature,
already, they've already, that was already announced a while ago that it's
yeah,
getting
the
a new
Mandalorian
scene that goes
thing.
alongside
Yeah,
Mandalorian and Grogu.
yeah,
And like, I think yeah, it's interesting. I cut you off, so I'll let you
yeah. I was going to
finish.
say right, and then so I can imagine because I've not been on the ride, but I've seen how the queue is all set up with Ray's hologram explaining something or another. Well, I think that'll be replaced. BB-8 will be replaced, or it'll be actually, if I remember rightly, in the droid department, there's going to be like a new theme of a BB-8 prototype. They're going to shoot it as like a prototype being made, and that would explain why that droid is in that era. And um, they will replace Ray. We don't know this until it happens, but I think they're going to replace Ray with somebody else, and Kanaka will turn around and say that Hans lent me the Falcon. Why he does something
Um,
else? You know what I mean?
Ray's not actually in the Smuggler's Run ride. She's in the Rise of Resistance
Oh,
ride.
is it on on
Yeah.
that? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the different rides. But
Okay.
what they've announced is the Rise of the Resistance area is going to remain sequel trilogy, and then the whole mainland bit is going to remain original trilogy. I have my thoughts on it, and they're different to yours,
Hmm.
and you could say they're controversial. But my thoughts on it is, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I thought the land was pretty good as the First Order, and I think the land will be just as good as the original trilogy. Does it make me feel any different? No. Like, to me, it's just like, yeah, this is great. Am I gonna be like so much happier that, oh, instead of Ray, it's Ahsoka? Yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all serving the capital D, capital D Disney.
Hmm.
That there's a very significant reason that you could say it's all happening now, you know,
Hmm.
and it's a series of events to very much sweeten the deal around Star Wars in this
Yes.
time where there's not a lot of Star Wars and Disney's biggest franchise is Star Wars
Hmm.
and Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if this will play.
And like, here's the other thing as well. What are you getting at? Is I've met Darth Vader.
Hold on.
It's just looking at the Disney Parks blog page. We can't see the Instagram page.
Yeah, sorry, that was a bit loud. I didn't hear you.
We couldn't see that. We can just see the Disney Parks page.
Oh right, okay. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Let's just. I'll have to. Let's just share it again. Pause
And
that.
change your tabs.
Of course, it's just I turned my head to look at it. That's why.
Yeah.
Um. Let's go into that. Share. There we go. Here we go. Right, so back onto the other page. There we go. Yeah, so let's see what's happening then. So the new updates coming. Beginning April the 29th, 26th, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park will expand its timeline, including the Star Wars eras. Darth Vader, Leia, Han, Luke will be arriving at Batuu, joining other beloved characters roaming the Outer Rim outpost. Rey and the Resistance will continue their fight against the First Order in the Resistance camp. And the musical selections of John Williams' Star Wars films scores will be played throughout the land. Now, this bit is a bit weird because John Williams did score Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that. They care about the Imperial March on
Yeah,
constantly.
they do. Yeah, they do.
You
So,
know, it's capital D Disney. It's like, yeah, we tried the creative path, so now we're just gonna give you the sellout path. Aren't you so much happier that you're meeting Darth Vader instead of Kylo Ren? Yeah,
yes.
and that's why you're gonna pay more money to go.
Oh, man, they've got me. They've
You
got
know,
me, man.
which merchandise are you gonna buy more of? Merchandise themed to the First Order or merchandise themed to the Imperial the Galactic Empire? Yep.
Ah, yeah,
It's just like I don't want to say it's just a cop out. We knew it was gonna happen sooner or later.
yeah, you
Like
did,
we
yeah.
knew it was gonna happen,
Well,
and it's just one of these things where they've had the plans for a while, and they've gone, we're getting a lot of bad news. Stock is going down. Time to pull out Plan A.
Plan B.
1.1. Here we go.
Yeah, right.
Stick it out.
So we know the Mandalorian and Grogu have been walking around anyway, haven't they?
Uh,
And I don't know who this actress is. They've got is Ahsoka, but
they
she
have
looks just like
multiple.
her. She just looks just like her.
Yeah.
Ray will be in the Resistance now. I did say, oh, they going to replace the radar on the Falcon? But considering it did get busted off,
I also think nobody cares
yeah, no one's
except
looking
for
up there.
diehard fans. Again,
I'm gonna be looking.
again,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
do you think any normal fans can go? They didn't replace
From
the thingy. Don't you know that got shot off? Blow. It's like
I'd like to tell you that it got shut
it's like
off.
Disney doesn't care about that. They care going. Well, we took down the First Order flag. Are you not happy?
Yeah. But you know, this is kind of big news though, really. It is kind of
Yeah,
big
and
news.
I'm being very cynical because again, like, why is it the original trilogy? More people care about the prequel trilogy. Oh wait, the prequel trilogy people don't have money to go to Disney World.
Right, not yet. So there was you can tell me more about this, but do you know
Yeah.
the depots, the
Yeah.
surplus and stuff? So one of them was the First Order surplus stuff,
Uh-huh.
wasn't it? But that's going to be now what it's going to be, the Empire, or
Yeah, it's gonna be the Empire thing, and it's like Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities will display different array of one of the kind items from its past.
yeah.
Cool. An early generation of the Mumbo family will appear in the Droid Depot, where there'll be prototype the BB style droid. cool? Like,
Yeah.
do you really think people are caring this much? Like, I honestly don't. I don't want to be like this guy, but
Do you think the dialogue on Kanaka will
nope,
change?
nope.
What?
It'll
Because I
be.
don't know what exactly he says anyway. So
Oh, he basically just says, "There's some Hyperion, and Chewie's Lyndon as the Falcon, and go,
oh,
go, go! It's now time."
do you not think he will turn around and say Han and Chewie are lending us the Falcon?
No.
Mm,
But
yeah.
also, if you want anything to actually be annoyed at, it's that California gets 2 different nighttime shows. Florida gets 0.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So this doesn't happen.
Nope.
This firework does not have the Skywalker story does not happen in
No,
the
no, no,
Florida one.
no. No, no, no,
Shudders of
because
memory.
Disney only cares about California. They don't care about Walt Disney
What?
World.
No, that's kind of disappoints me because I was looking forward to seeing that.
Oh, sweet, sweet. You're gonna have to go to California if you want to see that.
That's
It's
not
like when
right.
you go to Florida, you need to hope that this is such a success they roll it out to Florida in time, or you're gonna be seeing the First Order.
Yeah, I'll be like, no. Oh
Hey,
no.
there's time. There's chance that there's if it's April, you still got May, June, July, August, September, October, November,
Yeah.
and then you're into December. You know, um, like don't get me wrong, I think it's fun. I think it's fun that it's gonna be the original trilogy, but
Yeah.
does it matter to me which stormtroopers are out there? No. Does it matter to me which heroes are roaming around? No. Do you know why? Because it's so goddamn busy. You ain't seeing anyone of importance. If you do
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
anyone importance, it's, oh, hello, sir. Welcome to the Twin Spire. This is a 40-minute line. Get at the back. Luke is busy. Have a good day.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to buy some creatures? Back of the line.
Oh, sorry. Luke also has a premium line. Premium line is this way.
Yeah.
For special
You'd be going,
VIPs.
are they gonna when you go in to pick a lightsaber to build a lightsaber? You go, yeah, I want to build a Ray lightsaber. They go, who? And then you go, a Ray light.
They
Who?
don't.
No, who?
They've always sold different lightsabers, and that's kind of like, oh, we're just smuggling, these lightsabers. What do you think, Do you think Palpatine's just waking up going, where the hell's my lightsabers gone? Time to get another set. Where
Wow.
the hell are they
Somehow,
gone?
somehow, he found out they
Everyone
were
keeps
missing.
losing their lightsabers and they're being sold.
Yeah. Is that the
And
tale?
yeah, and also I would argue that whilst they're cool, and I have, a custom built one, they do lose their like charm pretty fast. You're like, what am I gonna do with it? Well, it's just gonna stay around.
It's
like if you
gonna
could,
sit
you
in the
know.
box.
It's in the box. Hey, but they're cool.
Yeah, it's
They're
cool.
cool.
They're cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will put it up somewhere. Somewhere. I think just here, along here. I think.
Yeah, like they are cool, and I very much think that it's one of these things. For you, I know you're like, oh, I'm so excited. I would be so excited to see Darth Vader over like Kylo Ren. But for me, it's just like capital D Disney. You ain't fooling me that easy. Try harder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Do
there
something
is
good. Expand the land. It's been the same for 5 years. Changing the flags. Don't make it brand new.
I suppose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I suppose. Yeah.
On you like the biggest tech company. Oh, guys. Universal is on our heels. Don't worry, we changed the flags. Everyone's happy again.
This is why we need you, CEO of the parks, Chris.
Yeah. Very much so. Take risky decisions, approve things, reopen the hotel in Florida as original trilogy line.
Oh yeah, it'll sell like hotcakes.
It's just sitting there. They ain't destroyed it. They ain't took down anything.
I
They
wonder
just
if
closed the
got it-
door and said, "For another day."
Yeah. Somehow it came back.
And
New
and they
pillars.
was like, they have the plan ready. They're just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah.
Yep, now's the time. We're bringing it
Yeah.
back.
Can you imagine? I didn't think that hotel's just sitting there now. Everything's all in it. It's just not working. I love to see.
Yeah, and don't forget the storyline is already set up for it to be a multi-generational ship. You know,
Mm-hmm.
all they
Yep,
gotta do is change the First Order. You know, put Darth Vader, maybe Luke, and call it a day. And go, yep, prices are doubled because of inflation.
Yeah.
And then
Doubled.
everyone that paid for it the first time will pay for it again, and then it'll close down again when it gets less
Yeah.
busy.
When it gets less busy.
So yeah, so that's coming to California. Super exciting. But it's very much in a moment of time, with some pretty big news on the horizon, or
Very
have
much
already
so.
happened. And this is where we get to the fun part.
This is now just before we start into this news with KK, right? I watched a video with Star Wars Theory, yeah, and he had a great little monologue at the beginning, not of him talking, but of clips from between Kathleen Kennedy and George Lucas. I just want to make everyone aware of this before we go into this news, yeah. Let's have a listen to this. Windows. So, tell me you can hear it as well. Chris, you should be able to. Right, here we go.
Are you going to play a 30-minute clip?
No, no, it's not a minute. No, it's only about, 2 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
I can't hear that.
Can you not?
Nope.
Oh, maybe not then. Let's just stop sharing that then. And what I'll do is I will swap it over to to a new tab in here we go. Oh, look at that, straight in. Paste. There we go. Oh, there it is. Right, it's finally. Let's pause that. Look at this. You're getting beyond the scenes here. Here we go. So you should be able to hear this now. Tell me if you can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To live in the way that you created them. We don't have source material. We don't have 800-page books that we're adapting.
And obviously we have hundreds of books and comics and everything you could possibly imagine.
We don't even really have comic books. We have a mythology.
I have story treatments of 7, 8, and 9 and a bunch of other movies. And
George Lucas never wrote a script for 7, 8, or 9. And the ideas that I think you're referencing are ideas that he had for other possible movies.
and I had the story treatments or outlines, and we were working on scripts. Since I didn't use my stories, I have no idea what they're doing.
Oh boy, we have finally arrived after.
There we go. There we go.
So,
Did you hear that?
yeah, I did.
Right,
She
okay.
didn't say anything wrong. George Lucas never made scripts for 7, 8, 9. And he says, yeah, we have stories. We're working on scripts. But in real terms, George R. Martin's, he's still working on Game of Thrones. Don't you worry. They'll get there. They'll get there one day. One
They'll
day.
get there.
And I think that this is a really interesting conversation to have because, I'm going to be on the Kathleen Kennedy apologist side in this conversation.
Okay.
And you're going to be on the let the hate run through you side.
Yeah. Well, first of all, just saying, She is I take it, a great producer. She's been a producer of some of the most brilliant films from my childhood growing up, like the Indiana Jones, of course, Star Wars films, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Jaws, anything really to do with Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. She was producer on, and she could make great coffee, as Steven Spielberg once said. But she does like to butt in. He also said that in a conversation, was that every time they come up with something, she's like, "Hey, excuse me," and they go, oh, "Yeah, what would you like? 2 sugars, please, coffee." And we all knew, yeah, that when George Lucas, we have to say it's George Lucas's fault. When he appointed her, he generally believed she was going to carry on the legacy of what he has created. And we know how that went. Chris, now to you.
So, leaving the door, she said a lot of things.
Yes.
And I think some of them things are very interesting. And I think there is some truth into some of them things.
Okay.
You know? I think that I will not say that she's not made any mistakes, right? Or certain things. She has definitely made mistakes. Everybody does, right?
Yes. Yep.
But I genuinely think under her tenure as the CEO of Lucasfilm, we've had the cultural success of The Force Awakens. It was culturally successful.
It was,
It
yeah.
was. You know, we had Andor. We had season 7 of the Clone Wars. We had the Bad Batch. We had the second season of Andor. Grogu and the Mandalorian, and obviously the Mandalorian. So like there is good things in there, right? But you could say, but it's all outweighed by 8 and 9. You know, that it tainted the waters, and you know, there's truth in that. Is in them films not for everybody, but I can tell you that out of all of this, we need to think of one thing, and that's the capital D. You know, Disney with a capital D. What is the difference between Disney and Disney with a capital D? Is that IP is at the top. You know,
Yeah.
and you see this over so many things where, there's a lot in this article, but like the highlights are. Yeah, I think. What's your thoughts, obviously, on what I've just said before I go on?
You're right. There is a lot of that, but also there was a lot of fans petitioning for the Clone Wars to come back, especially with Dave Filoni as well. They felt that was unlawfully ended, yeah. And she also closed down. LucasArts, and she then closed down all the books and the comics. She got rid of them all.
But I would argue, do they matter? Because she made Disney $5.9 billion. Imagine the stakeholder value. $5.9 billion.
Yeah, I see it. But she had one job to look after that Lego. As a Star Wars fan, I would have prayed and wanted that scene with the original crew back in the Falcon, but she ended it. She did not want that. That just did not happen. And we know from various times when she's talking, the Force is female and all that lot, that she made it very woke, proper woke. And I hate to say it, the majority of Star Wars fans are male. It's a male-orientated franchise. Yeah, absolutely. There is women that enjoy it. Absolutely. You know, kids, women, yeah, do. But it is a male franchise. Hate to say it, it is. Now, you could say, oh, you don't like it because, you know, Rey is a female and she was no, it's not even about that. right? We've had strong female representation in films back in the 80s and 90s with Sarah Connor, Princess Leia, all that, like, and Sigourney Weaver. Brilliant. Now, but the Force, the sequel trilogy is just not that good. It's just not that good. Rogue One was better. I give a Rogue One. It was good. It was an all right film, but did she have anything to do with it? I mean, did she? But there again, when you look at how much money was spent, they literally made 2 films with Rogue One, and they'd literally made 2 films with Solo because they did 70% of the Solo and then switched out. She did not have confidence with what's the called Miller and Chris Miller and oh my
But
god,
yeah,
they
I think this is something that this article talks about, and um,
and she totally ended the Indiana Jones franchise as well.
but I just don't think you're the thing is you can easily paint everything up the org chart to the CEO, to the leader. But what this article does say is the first thing Bob Iger did to her and said to her was to be bold. But almost every time that she tried to be bold, it was, this is too bold for Star Wars. This is too bold for Disney,
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a section, I'm just finding it, that talks about each script and the status.
In this deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're finding it, I'll just talk about this other thing. So not only did she do the Star Wars films, but she also did Poltergeist, E.T., Schindler's List, The Sixth Sense, Munich, War of the Worlds, Driving Bell, The Driving Bell and the Butterfly, Lincoln, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future. So she had an amazing career as a producer, her and her husband, of course, Frank Marshall. But I remember seeing that press conference, and when she was put in charge, I totally thought, do you know what? Yeah, good. This is going to be great for us as Star Wars fans. It's going to be good. When they announced the first Star Wars film,
great.
Fantastic. It was all good news. You could go back to previous episodes of us when we were talking about it. It was like, oh man, this is going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. And then, of course, yeah. In fact, I enjoyed The Force Awakens for what it is, but it's only a remake at the end of the day of New Hope.
You should also enjoy The Last Jedi.
Bruh. No, I didn't. Oh, didn't. Not at all. Right. And it's like with Ryan. Now, I like Ryan Johnson as a filmmaker and a writer because but as his murder mysteries, because I just watched that Wake Up Dead Man and I thought it was fantastic. And I watched The Glass Onion, when that came out, and I thought that was great. And I liked the one before that, Knives Out. And I like his Poker Face TV series. I like it. But his Star Wars film, yes, he went into a bold direction and it took it somewhere where fans didn't like. But you think, all right, didn't like it, but you think that Lucasfilm would have had the confidence to carry it on, not reboot it, totally disregard it, and then reboot it. So even they didn't have a plan for 6, 7, and 7, 8, and 9. They did not have a plan for it. It was like throwing everything at the wall to see what
Here's a
sticks.
different question. What happens if they did have a plan, but Disney kept breaking it?
Possible.
And they can't say that. They can't say, yeah, every plan we did have, Disney kept saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. So we kept having to pivot and work out what we could do. And this is a section I think is really interesting in the article.
Okay.
Is that it says, and it's caught up into multiple sections, but it says that there's a number of scripts that have been delivered, including some from Mangold, Watiki, Donald Glover, James Mangold's Star Wars script. It was developing. The script was turned in, so the script was ready. The studio, per Kennedy, is hesitant about riskier projects, so it's in limbo, not greenlit, i.e. Disney did not want to greenlit it. Taika Waititi's script long talked about the Star Wars movie again. Script delivered, but stuck in. Will Disney actually pull the trigger? Stage rather, as in it's not active. It's in pre-production. Donald Glover's Lando script, co-written by his brothers, conceived as a feature that would bring him back as Lando for Solo. Kennedy says the script exists, but Disney hasn't gave the overhead. She says, we have scripts. The problem is that the studio is too afraid to commit. So if that is the CEO that has run the company for 14 years, is saying, we have the content. We have, you keep saying, why can't they give us better scripts? Why can't they just give us all these things? If this is a person walking out the door saying, we had everything, but we couldn't get the green light. And then you're saying, but you are the worst. And they're saying, well, we had everything, but we couldn't get the green light. And then you're saying, but Disney, we are so happy that you're bringing back the original trilogy. That is what we care about. Well, Disney then goes, yeah, I guess we can only greenlight the original trilogy things, It's this, it all feels connected to me in this, like, the thing of, like, it's so easy to just be like, she was the problem. I'm not disagreeing saying she didn't make mistakes. But the thing that seems clear between this is that there was a strategy set to say, be bold. And then, you could say Rian Johnson went bold. And we've seen how that went, Could you say, actually, it wasn't JJ that wanted to carry on Palpatine. It was actually Disney, It was actually Bob Iger that went, oh my God, what is happening here? The stock is going down. And something that the article talks about is that in the 11 years that Disney has owned Star Wars has been an aggressive 11 years of content, from the streaming to COVID to, films changing completely in that time.
Yeah.
And, like, personally, I think that, again, I'm not sitting here completely defending Kathleen Kennedy, but I'm saying that, are we now going to expect all these problems to go away? What, all these scripts that she's saying we have? What, Dave Filoni's just going to come along and say, yeah, it's now greenlit? Or are we just going to have the same problems? And then this character that we see as the savior can't actually get over the same bureaucracy and problems that are holding the studio back. And it's obvious what is holding the studio back. It is capital D Disney. This film is great, but it only serves the diehard Star Wars fans. And we've worked out the diehard Star Wars fans will only generate $250 million. But a mass market appeal Star Wars film, well, that will generate $1 billion or more. So we only want to greenlight the safe films, the films that people are going to turn up because it's Star Wars and Ryan Gosling. That sounds like a good film. Don't care if it's good. Don't care if it's bad. People will turn up because it's Ryan Gosling and it's Star Wars. And they're casual fans, and that's cool. And I think that this is, like, the biggest problem that I see is that we are talking from an area that cares so much about the franchise. How many people out of all your friends that you've said to them, you should watch Andor, it's the best Star Wars, and they've just gone, it's not for me. Because supposedly Kathleen Kennedy had to fight for Andor in these articles, and I don't know which one I read, but it's like she had to fight for Andor because, again, it doesn't have the mass market appeal. But then it's won all of these awards. So I guess my question out of this is, like, what do you expect having Dave Filoni becoming the new co-leadership of Disney? Do you expect us to have more mass market scripts go live or more of the interesting scripts? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all of this is just reeking of, like, she tried her best and fair dues. She made some mistakes, fair dues. but she isn't the root of the problem.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying with Dave Filoni coming in, it's in with a new boss, same as the old boss. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. The one thing she has brought, she brought fantastic content for us YouTubers and podcasts. I mean, imagine if she Star Wars would be sitting in George Lucas's basement still, nothing happening. So in one respect, yes, we got Star Wars, we got new Star Wars, we got everything. Is it the best Star Wars? Some of it, yeah. Some of it wasn't. Um,
And it's not Star Wars for you. It's like
Mm.
and it's like if you think about all of the Marvel machine, there is not Marvel films for you, and that is okay. You look at a film that both of us have just seen in the cinema, 28 years later, Bone Temple. The director's first debut as a director. What did she do before that? The Marvels TV show. Not for you, but her directing 28 years later, she's pretty good, you know. And
very
I
good.
purely and I think that this is a systemic problem of not just Disney but also Star Wars. Marvel, sorry, is that as soon as Infinity War ended, Disney was like, "So what are we gonna do?" You know, is because Disney has a capital D problem.
Yes.
It's like it's treating it almost like a religion, and I am a massive Star Wars fan, and again, it's like when we talk about, hey guys, we're retheming Galaxy's Edge, it just kind of feels that it's a cover for Kennedy going and being like, I'm not the problem, Disney's the problem. And Disney's like, well, we're giving the fans what they want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you honestly think that she had to greenlit the parks being transformed? She didn't do nothing there. That was Disney sitting on that plan for a while and deciding what to do. And, I think, again, she speaks about Indiana Jones. And,
Yeah, I was just about to read that
how
bit. Yeah.
about this? How about this? You say, the ending is really bad. But what happens if we could actually see the truth and Disney said, you cannot kill Harrison Ford. Sorry. Not. Nope. It's like, well, we already wrote the story that way. Don't care. Can't do it. So you kind of got to change the ending to make sure he gets brought back. Good with us. And then,
It's like,
by
"Look,
saying that, it
I'm going
changes.
to lunch in an hour.
Yeah, by
Change
saying
it.
that, it changes your perspective. And I'm not saying that's what's happened because, it could just be that she said it. But the more you read these things, and Star Wars Explained did 2 really good videos on this, explaining this, like thinking that everything's now going to change because Dave Filoni is in control, and it's problematic as in like, if all of these things Kennedy is saying is true, it wasn't never her that was the problem,
Yeah.
For example, your boss says to you on day one, be bold. So you have all of these great scripts that will make Star Wars fans joyous. And Disney go, only the mega hard Star Wars fans are going to care about that. That's not even going to get us $250 million. Not bold enough. Bold is billions, not love.
Yeah.
To the dedicated fan. I think this is something to say is that the article does say as well that Ryan Johnson got a lot of hate, and
Yes.
they class it as a small minority, right? A small minority, because and you think, are you saying his original fans are a small minority? But how Disney, capital D Disney, thinks about Star Wars is that everybody who has a Disney Plus subscription likes Star Wars. And if you think about everybody being a fan of Star Wars, then the die-hard fans like you and me, we are a minority. It's all about how you think about the framing.
Plus, they did also try and paint us fans as racists and bullies and stuff like this. Which, yeah, fair enough. They are. There is some. I would say there is, but there's those people around on everything, like with the Acolyte and Obi-Wan, uh, terrible films, terrible TV shows. Like you say, good fight. There was, and I was looking forward to the Acolyte till I started
Yeah.
watching it. But there again, they also did that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was totally looking forward to that, and then started watching. I was thinking, oh god, they've probably dropped the ball on it.
And again,
I just before you go, I do understand what you're saying. I really do, because at the end of the day, she is a boss, and I work for a company, and I know that crap rolls downhill. So there's always a bigger fish. So maybe you're right. The big D upstairs was saying, "Oh, yeah, no, no," and then she's probably going to go, "Well, that means the fans are going to hate me." Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, put it this way, Kath. When you retire, just think of the accolades you're going to get. No one's going to think about the crap when you're getting your paycheck and you're getting those awards. No one's going to say that. They're just going to say, "Wow, Kathy, you brought 68 billion to the company. Well done. You are fantastic in your job. Well done." Who cares about all the fans that are going to go, "God, she was shit." Oh, sorry, I said it. You know what I mean? But just talking about this bit, as what you were saying. So Deadline said there was so much scrutiny on all the Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Some work better than others, but they all seem to gross big numbers. Is there any? Is there any you wish that you had back, and maybe you could have done better for more time, or that you let go of something that you wish you had made and released? And she says, "No, I don't really have any regrets. Well, maybe one. It's a bit of regret with Solo, a Star Wars story. I brought Larry Kasdan on, and we were so excited about the idea that when you're into something, you realize fundamentally, conceptually, you cannot replace Han Solo, at least right now. Harrison Ford is a hard act to follow," Deadline says. Kennedy then said, "As wonderful as Aiden is, he really was good and a wonderful actor. He was. We put him in an impossible situation, and once you're in it and once you're committed, you've got to carry it on." I think I have a bit of regret about that, but not about filmmaking or movie making or filmmaking. I don't have any regrets. I don't think Solo is a film that she should regret. You know what I mean? There
I
is a
think
couple of choices which they could have cut out and it would have been better, but it was not a bad film by all means. And Aiden was really, really good. He was good as Han Solo.
And I think it's it was because it came out so soon after The Last Jedi.
Yes, that
And
was the problem.
again, do we go back? Do you think Kathleen Kennedy set the aggressive release schedule? Or do you think it's Disney with a capital D? You know?
Yeah.
And Indiana Jones, again, you know, she says that she does not have regrets about it because Harrison wanted to do that more than anything. He did not want Indy to end with the fourth film. He wanted a chance at another, and we did that for him. I think that was the right thing to do. He wanted to do that movie. I don't think Indy will ever be done, but I don't think anybody is interested right now in exploring it. But these are timeless movies, and Indy will never be done.
Well, I think that Indiana Jones is not done. I think there will be another Indiana Jones film, but I don't think it'll be Harrison Ford playing him. I think it'll be rebooted. Unfortunately, that it says, "It sounds like you're not rolling out another film. You never know, but we are still all here, Stephen, Frank, and I, and Harrison and George. So we'll get to say what's going to do it, you know." But you know, Dial of Destiny again, pitiful. You know, when people said how bad Crystal Skull was, I'm grateful we got Crystal Skull. You know what I mean? At least Crystal Skull ended with Indy on a high. Not Dial of Destiny. It was just so sad, especially some of the dialogue. We've said it ourselves, haven't we, Chris? That what's he say? "I've seen a lot of things, and I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in flying saucers. Don't believe in."
That's the kind of joke about Indy, though.
What? It must have Alzheimer's. He's just forgot about it.
And the thing is, I think again, when they're saying it's not done, it's like because they've seen how successful the game was. You know, it was like,
Yes, yes.
that's we're done with films, but we want to carry on him with some more games. You go,
Absolutely.
great.
The game is really good. I've just started that on Game Plus. Game Plus, yeah. I've restarted it because it was just so good. It is a
Yeah,
really good
and
game.
I think that the one other thing that I wanted to bring up, so let me share my screen. Du- 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 du. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So,
Oh, there we go. Boink.
here we go. So obviously, we care about capital D Disney.
Yes.
And we're discussing this as capital D. So obviously, since the nooses came out, Disney's actually lost market share.
Wow. Is that dip just there?
hmm
Woof. Ooh. That is a big whoop. Ooh. Downward big whoop.
Yep. And then if you look at like versus 5 years, so you can see 2022, Disney was trading at decent market cap compared to now. Right now, their prices are lower. But back here, like, this is the thing where what's that to all time? You can see how Disney has grown, and like when did Disney buy
Star Wars. Wasn't it? Is it
2018?
2018? Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So you see how it's peaked over COVID. You know, this was the post-COVID boom, and then it's gone. And you know, I think that again, you said it earlier. Is that it's very interesting. It's like a new boss acting like the old boss. You know, and when we first heard rumors about Dave Filoni becoming the chief creative officer, and I said, but you don't want him to be, you know, you don't want him to be leading. You want him to be creating content.
Yeah.
And I would argue, you know, who knows Star Wars best? You could say Dave Filoni. Okay, great. Who knows Marvel best?
Well, you think Kevin
Kevin Feige.
Feige, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what's happened after Endgame? You know,
it went spiraling downhill.
exactly. And now there's only one hope left for the capital D.
Yeah, Downing. Yeah.
It's that. It is that. And then again, you know, you hear again James Cameron being like, well, you know, I don't think we have enough money to make Avatar 4 and 5. You go, are you a Disney company? Like,
Yeah.
what?
It hasn't it not made $1 billion? Did it not make $1 billion? The new film.
Yeah. GPU prices have gone crazy because of AI. You know.
Yeah.
But this is that thing, and like I'm not going to sit here and completely defend Kathleen Kennedy, but I think it's very easy to just be like she's in control of Star Wars, and it's very. I think what we've seen in her walking out the door is that she does not control Star Wars, and Iger had a vision for Star Wars, and then Chapek had a vision, and then it's gone back to Iger, but they're Disney's two biggest properties. It's not Mickey Mouse. No. It's Marvel and it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And each one has struggled in the last 4 years. And I think, like personally, it is because of the leadership of Disney. And it's that, you know, when Disney succeeded, they took courageous opportunities across the board. And, you know, I think that the biggest thing they need to do is actually get some of these scripts out there. Because again, if I remember back to our conversations, you'd say, I could write a bad Star Wars script. Well, it seems like Kathleen Kennedy had drawers and drawers of potentially great Star Wars scripts.
Yeah.
But how about this amazing script, 10 out of 10, gets greenlit? Great. Money's coming in. Production starting. And then Disney reads the script and goes, no. This isn't good enough for everybody. This isn't good enough for Disney. Might be good enough for Star Wars, but it's not good enough for Disney. We need to change this. And then it's like, rewrite it. Because, like, to me, it just doesn't make sense to be like, these are people that live and breathe Star Wars as fans themselves.
Yeah.
To create something. There is something in the background that you cannot see. And I personally think it's Disney's meddling. And I think that swapping leaders is an opportunity to give Kathleen Kennedy her golden parachute and then say, okay, underneath, we're actually going to do things slightly differently now. You know, we're actually, you know, why we would say no to Kennedy, we're going to say yes to you, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I can kind of see that happening. And again, you know, are you telling me that this news to rebrand the Californian land has just miraculously finished? You know, it finished. You know, they said the plan is done. And Disney went, great, thank you. Now the plan is done. Let's get it straight out there. No. They've had this sitting there outside of Lucasfilm and gone, now is the time.
Yeah.
Now is the time to bribe the fans to say, aren't we giving you what you want? You want the original trilogy, and that's what we're here to give. The original trilogy. Are you not happy? We're giving you Luke Skywalker. Don't you like Luke Skywalker? You know?
Yeah.
We're not the problem. It was Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
I just think that, again, I'm not going to defend all of the choices, but it's so easy to just be like, she was the problem. And like, if you saw the full picture, you'd probably feel sorry for her to some extent, apart from what she's being paid.
Yes.
You know?
From what she's being paid. Let's
Because
just
what
think
happens
of...
if,
Oh, go on.
if she was actually the biggest Star Wars fan and she was like, well, I have to do it, or I have to do it, or I lose my job. And someone worse gets brought in.
Yeah. But
And
why
you
do you
go-
think they? Why do you think they cancelled all the books? And then she went on to TV to
But
say,
question,
"Oh, there ain't
question. Did Kennedy cancel the books, or did capital D Disney cancel the books?
Yeah, I know, but it's her going on stage and saying, "Oh, there's
She has to
there's
be
no-
the
there's no
she has to be
resources."
the fall guy. And this is the thing. How about this? Take a step back, and George Lucas saying, "I trust you," and imagine she went, Disney's going to gut it, and he goes, I know, but I trust you to do your best.
Yeah,
And you'd be like, God damn it, we've been betrayed, you know? But don't you forget, next year's the 50th anniversary, 2027. George Lucas will be rolled out on stage and be like, here we are, everyone.
Yeah.
Here are the new projects. What happened to all the old ones?
Ah.
Don't worry about them. Here's the new projects.
Yeah. It's like when they rolled Daisy Ridley back on stage to say, "Hey, we're doing another film with her." Everyone went, "Hey!" and everyone,
Yeah.
all the fans went out. And then, well, what's kind of happened to that? That's not even been mentioned in that deadline thing. It's like, well, it's sort of on hold. Forget about it. It's not working. It's not there. What other stuff was cancelled? Was announced, and I mean, not just
What's
like,
that,
oh
man?
yeah, some big films were announced on stage.
Even so, there was James
Pa-
Mangold, who's
Yeah.
a good director.
Allegedly.
Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson,
Yeah,
a good director.
yeah,
He was meant to have a sequel trilogy. Taika Waititi, certain films, a good director.
yeah.
You know,
I'll agree
Jojo
with that.
Rabbit, great film, won an
Yeah.
Oscar. You know, What We Do in the Shadows, great film.
Great
Uh,
TV show. Great.
Won the first Thor films he did, good. After
Great.
that, maybe too much capital D interference.
Yeah, not so good.
And I just think it's this thing to say like, over her tenure of
Patsy
Star
Jenkins.
Wars. You know, yeah.
Yeah. Can you just hold that thought?
Starfighter.
We can that they did that trailer for her. Do you remember where she suited up
Yeah.
and booted up and got in an X-wing? So they spent money on that trailer with special effects and everything. And it's like,
And I can tell you what it is. It goes, it didn't affect our stock like we thought it would. Can it? Try again. Didn't
now,
affect our stock like we thought it would.
Are you
Can
sure it
Try
wasn't?
again.
Hold on. What did Wonder Woman 84 do? Oh God! And that bloke who made the Fantastic Four film. No.
So
Yeah.
and remember, Disney's all about optics. The whole reason the whole Marvel universe got blown up is because of one allegation against their next big supervillain.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, that bloke running into her office and saying, "You would not believe it, Cather. I've just got those two guys who have been doing Game of Thrones. Yeah, they've got season 8 coming, but wow, we've got them in. They're invested. And guess
To
what?
do a bold script. Bob said on day one, be
Right.
bold.
Yeah.
I've got them. This
Yeah,
is
I've
the
got-
bold
I've got 'em.
script.
And I've told them we want them, so they're willing to cut season 8 down by 3 episodes to get to us. Yeah, great, she says. Then they watch season 8 and go, you know, when they come in, I'm not in. All right. They come in. They probably sent them to the wrong building. They just walk in and they go, hello? Hello?
But, okay.
No one
Here's
here.
the other question. Do you think Star Wars is too safe?
As in, what do you mean safe? Do you mean story-wise or?
Yeah, Mando and Grogu is the most safest Star
is.
Wars ever.
It is.
You know?
But they almost dropped the ball on it, Chris, with season 3. They almost dropped it.
Look,
And
I'm
even
not
a lot
saying,
of people, you know what I mean? And I would
but
not.
then you just play season 2 again.
Yeah. But I would not.
That 10 minutes, the best 10 minutes, we gave you what you wanted.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. There is a scene of me crying online. So right. But just remember what the Big D did to Gina Carano when you listen to her tell people
There you
what
go.
they wanted
Was
her
that-
to do to say
was that-
sorry.
Was that Kathleen Kennedy?
No,
Or was
that was
the Big D.
That was the Big D. And it wouldn't surprise me if they brought her back because you know what? We need strong female characters. Apart from that one. Apart from her. No. Pedro, he can say whatever he wants. It's fine. Not her. Not her. Yeah, but I'd be surprised if it'd be great if she suddenly turns up in the new film. I'd be like, welcome back, Gina. Welcome back. Because she loved that character.
The thing is, and this is like, again, I'm not taking political sides or any of this or saying what was right or wrong. I just think that it's very hypocritical to be like, be bold, but then we're going to control every single move.
Yes.
And this isn't just a Disney problem. This is a Stranger Things problem as well. They couldn't kill anyone. They couldn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No. We might need to make another season one day. We can't kill any of them. You know?
Yeah. And didn't they fool a lot of fans with that?
Yeah.
I've never seen so many fans think there was another secret episode apart from the fans from Game of Thrones. It seemed to be them kind of, they were like, what's happening?
And it's just literally the meme. To me, it's just the meme of the guy hanging, being like, first time. It's like Tron Ares. It's like, this could have been great. This could have been everything. But was it who was it that wanted Jared Leto? I know who it was. It's probably Bob Iger.
He is the only, and we've said this, but he is the only actor that seems to fail upwards.
Because he's probably really good friends with Bob Iger.
Yeah, real good friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when talking about Tron, there's a couple of clips online where they're talking about the director and Jade are talking about how come Tron is not in a Tron film, and the director's like, we didn't need him anyway, and it seems like Jared was like saying, I tried to get him in there, I really did, right? But when you listen to Bruce Boxer, he said he never got a call, didn't get anything, no message, no nothing.
The thing is, as well, Jared Leto is a massive tech person. He's a massive investor. He's invested in a lot of tech, you know? And he probably
3D
has a lot of
printed.
Disney shares as well.
I was just about to say that. Do you know where you showing us that share price? Is it now? Is now the time to buy some shares?
Well, it depends if you think he's going to get any better. I personally think that, like Bob Iger, there was a time that, you know, anything he did shined, just like his predecessors. You know, it like Eisner, it happened to him. He was great. He brought back Disney Renaissance. He perfected it and then handed it over. You know, moved on. And I think that again, the most weak move Disney has ever made was to kick out the second Bob to bring back the first Bob. You know?
I'm waiting for them to suddenly announce that George Lucas is taking over as CEO of Disney, because since he owns a lot of shares.
He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to. Like,
I'm quite happy sitting in McDonald's, going to the comic shop and walking around me museum.
Like, do you really think, like, again, you would have to be clinically insane to want to be the CEO of Disney, or clinically insane to want to be the CEO of Lucasfilm, because the amount of people that are going to hate you, it's high, you know? And you think, well, you know, Bob Iger's the one at the top. Yeah, but if he doesn't please the shareholders, they'll be coming for him, you know? And then they did, and they kicked him out.
Yeah, they did.
And then they realized the shout, as you say, it all goes downhill.
It very much does. Well, we wish Kathleen Kennedy all the best in the world as she moves on to a new job. And we also welcome Dave Filoni into the fold. And let's just see what he's got up his sleeve. But like we say, in with the new boss, might be the same as the old boss.
Don't worry. All the scripts, they're all still sitting there.
They are still sitting there.
And Dave Filoni is going to go, great, let's look at them. Yeah, I've looked at them. Okay, can we get any of them approved? Not yet. The stock price says no. It's almost like, hey, actually, this is great. Get him an 8-ball. And the Disney stock price says, try again tomorrow. Great. Yeah. Put it down. Let's pick it up. Should I call Bob? No. Time saved.
Yeah, time saved. Yeah. Now, I want to move on now because I think we've had enough fun with that one. Now, as we did talk about, now Chris doesn't know about this one. We both went and see 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Chris seen it today. I saw it yesterday. Nicholas, his brother and my son, we went yesterday, and he went again today. And I just wanted to see about a non-spoily Chris review of it, of The Bone Temple, because it is kind of sci-fi, and it is a British film, we could say. So I just want to play the trailer so we can get a sense of the film, and what it is about it. Okay, is that all right with you, Chris?
Of course.
Yeah, great.
I have actually not watched the trailer, by the way.
Ain't you?
No.
Well,
I just went into the film.
did you? Here we go.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging, hazardous occupation. In fact, it may not even exist at all.
Oh, what is this I cannot see? Oh, I am deaf, none can excel.
Many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
I open the door of heaven and hell.
When that time comes, men will no longer communicate. We may have diseases and barbarism.
Oh, I am
The whole world will cease to make any sense.
I open the door of Neverland Hell.
Look at the incredible changes we've experienced and survived. And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
My soul shall scream in hell.
Ooh, right. Right. So that was the trailer for the Bone Temple. I did notice there was a couple of shots in there that weren't in the film. but you don't notice them. You really don't notice them. So, for one thing, the 28 years later, the first one was a 15, and this one is a hard 18, folks. So, if you're 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds or you're 17-year-olds who had seen the last one, they ain't going to get in to see it. Maybe. Some cinemas kind of let them in because everything is just so automated. They don't really care now. So that just goes to show you what cinemas are like nowadays. Anyway, but do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Do you want to talk or shall I talk?
You go first.
Okay, right. So this film kept me on edge throughout the film. There is some proper, it is proper gory. There is, and I can see why there's a scene in it, why it got the 18.
It's a clear 18. I
It's
won't
a clear
lie.
18, yeah. Perhaps they could have shot it in a certain angle, so you know, because they
Nope.
did this.
Even just speaking about it would be like 18.
Yeah, but they did it on Vikings. Yeah, I mean the TV show, the similar kind of thing on Vikings. You know what I mean, that was a TV show. Sort of, you know what I mean, right? But it's there's a young lad in there in that. My Nikki pointed it out, but it's the guy who played Gollum,
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. His son is in that film. Who was in a film called The Boy Who Would Be King, which is great. It's a fantastic film. He's in that film. And, you know, like I say, it kept me on edge. The scene that I'm talking about, hard to watch. It really is hard to watch. But such a good movie. You know, this is not Spike's film. It's a continuation of his story, absolutely, but it's not his story. It's more the story of the Jimmies and the good doctor himself, Ralph Fiennes, and of course Samson, and Kelson. That's it. Yeah. Now, phenomenal performance by Ralph. Just so good. I enjoyed this film so much. I could quite easily say this is my film of the year, quite easily. Well,
it's not been a long year so far.
Yeah, exactly. But it is, and bearing in mind, I did go and see Avatar not long ago, and I was like, that was great. But this one was right up my alley. There was aspects of the virus, you know, the rage virus, the infected, that I could believe in this film. Where in the last one were the slow-mos, and that was like, nah. They could have cut those bits out because they just made no sense. But
that
in
was
this
Danny
one,
Boyle's directing style.
Yeah, but in this one, the infected acted like they were how they were in the 28 Days Later film, and in the 28 months film, weeks. Sorry, but in this film, it was so good. It's so good. All the performances were really, really good. Jack O'Connell. Villain of the year, his performance in it is brilliant, and his finger that he calls his gang of Jimmys, the fingers, the 5 fingers of
seven
fingers of Jimmy. Now, what makes it even worse, what makes it more horrifying for us English, of course, is because they go around and they whenever they say anything, they go, "How's that?" And that was a catchphrase from a monster, a genuine, real monster, in the UK at the time of 28 years ago. He was a beloved TV.
How's that?
I even wrote to him, and we're talking about Jimmy Savile here, and he turned out to be a prolific
Abuser
abuser. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I was looking for the words, the right words. Abuser, right?
of kids.
Of everything. Yeah, small kids and people in hospitals, and so it was just frightening. There's just documentaries out there watch. But and I can remember in Leeds when he had passed away, they were chucking roses on his coffin as it went through Leeds, and I was like, wow, you know what I mean? And I thought it were a bit creepy, but I sent him no end of letters because I wanted to get on that set of Return of the Jedi. I never got it. But because we know he's a monster himself, and for these people to take on that aspect of him, it really made him. It really made it feel like a monster. Now, I don't know how the Americans will see it when they, how they will perceive the Jimmy's gang. They never say his name, Jimmy. They don't never say Savile or anything like that. They just say the Jimmys, the Jimmy gang. But they are the most awful human beings walking the earth. They really are. And I'm surprised they got away without being murdered themselves for so long. All the performances were absolutely spot on. Felt so sorry for Spike because it seemed like he could not get a break for the whole film. Could not get a break. Felt so sorry for him. And I felt so joyous with Dr. what's his name?
Kelson.
Helsing. He was just great. He was just so good. I totally believed him. Totally believed what he was doing. And he does these, and it was so funny because he was like monologuing himself, but because he's been alone for so long, he's talking out loud, isn't he, all the time? And his record collection was spot on, I have to say. You know what I mean? His record collection. Lot of nudity in it as well. Not just all the inflected.
It's all prosthetic though.
Yeah. But I really enjoy, and the ending, God, really good. Again, really good. And it ends, you could say, on a cliffhanger as well. The score, great. Now, I listened to the score before I saw the film, and I was thinking, it sounds like the Wicker Man, or the Alton Towers Wicker Man score, or the Ritual score. But when you watch the film, you can understand why that score is like it is. It fits perfectly. And now I like that score, where I wasn't too keen on the Young Fathers score from the previous one. But they also, and because I looked at the score and it said only like 30 minutes worth of music, I was thinking there obviously more music, and they do. They stick in a lot of Duran Duran music. They stick in a lot of other tunes in, you could say, and a great use of one tune right at the end. It's just brilliant. It's really good. I couldn't fault the film. I really could not fault the film at all from the way it delivered. And I mean, it. I was like, and I was like, oh, and I was clapping as well, and I was going, job well done. Yeah, the director, I know she's made some crap before, but she certainly knows her stride when it comes to horror. She did do the Candyman. Now, I never seen it. A lot of people liked it, but I liked the original, and I prefer the remakes. Don't really get it for me, but this one is. It looks like a Danny film.
Danny Boyle film.
Danny Boyle film. It looks like it, feels like it, but it's not by him. But it's good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It was really interesting. 28 years later was filmed on iPhones. When this is filmed on slightly different. I thought this film looked better. Obviously, it's not filmed on iPhones, and not got cheap man's bullet time with iPhones.
Yes.
But I think a standout, there was 3 standout roles in the film. For me was Ralph Fiennes. He was really, really good. I personally, I wouldn't say that this really was Spike's film. He wasn't the standout. It was more so Jimmy Inc., who was Erin Kellyman. She was actually in Solo.
Yeah, and Willow.
And
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I didn't like her in any of them, but I liked her in this.
Yeah, and I think that it goes to show, this film really shows that, well, almost like what we've been just saying, is you cut down on bureaucracy and overview and let people do their jobs and trust them, they will create great projects.
Yeah.
And, there's so much of this film that is, interesting from like being a British perspective. But I think that something I spoke to you about is like, there's so many jokes in this film that are funny to British people.
Oh my God,
that
yeah,
are
there's
not
so
funny
much
to Americans.
humor in it.
That's like British humor.
Yeah, and like when Lord Sir Jimmy, the leader, played by Jack O'Connell, he does so many, pure English little back chats or whatever, like, are you sure? That kind of thing, you know what I mean? You just get it. It's being English, we just get it's proper British humor. It is. It's
And
the
there's even an
funniest film.
NHS joke as well.
God, yeah, there is.
All 3 on the NHS. See you later.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is.
And I guess that's I think that's the big thing is like, I think we're entering an era where it's time to be bold again when it comes to films. It's time to cut down on 8 episode storytelling. And I say that as someone who is really enjoying the Fallout TV show right now, and that is 8 episodes. But it's like, we need more films, we need more storytellers. We saw with the creative even with the Writers Guild, right? Don't want to go back to the subject. How about this? The script gets written, approved, goes to production. Disney or the executive company comes along and goes, that's not the script. And they go, well, we already let go the writers because we have the script. Change it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you go, why is it this? And they go, I didn't write that script. I totally took it in a different direction. They go,
yeah,
well, that's the script that we got in the end. You go, who wrote this? Well, it was the executives.
Yes. It was it.
You know?
Yeah. I understand that. But I don't know, with this film, as again, it was written by Alex Garland. Isn't he
films?
It does, yeah, it does. Isn't he going to be directing the next one, or is it going to be Danny Boyle again? I can't remember.
I think it's going to be Danny Boyle again.
Yeah,
but I also think it's going to come out in like 2 years. I think they're quite aggressive.
Yeah. But the thing is, now this is the thing, because it sort of ends on a cliffhanger, right? I saw the young lad Alfie Williams on the red carpet for this film, and he's even though he's only 15, he is now taller, right? He's now taller than Jack O'Connell, and he's as tall as Ralph Fiennes. He is proper tall. So if the next film starts literally 5 minutes after that one, could have a real big problem with his wardrobe. You're gonna go, how long you been running, mate? You've shot up 4 feet.
Well, it's just a Stranger Things problem.
Yes.
Isn't this all happened in 4 years, but you've gone from looking 10 to 20?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Was it? So, like Jack O'Connell and Ralph Fiennes, they were so good. Just so good. Even the guy who plays Samson, even though a lot of the film he's like spaced out, but I don't know. perhaps he was trained by a mime or something like that. But you're right, get a sense that something is happening there. Something is happening in his head, right?
Amazing prosthetic suit. Like that
Yeah.
full body prosthetic suit is top quality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I liked it. You know, when because he's covered in arrows and stuff on the first film, and he takes them out, and you hear him go, "Ugh," as in like, it reminded me of that tale of is it was it the lion and the mouse or something, and the or something. It's a very old tale. I cannot remember, but why this. It's either a lion or a dragon's really aggressive, but they find out it's because it's got a spear in it, and it in between it can't get this spear, or it's got something in it. And once the mouse or whatever takes it out, they become best friends. It's like, whoa, thanks, mate. I mean, ooh, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, and it's already been given the go ahead. So there's going to be one final film. So it's a trilogy. Alex Gardner is writing the last one, and also Danny Boyle is directing it. Do you think they're going to cap it and say that's it done?
Now, that's a good question. I would not feel like if they ended it with that one. If they ended it with the next one, should I say, I'd be like, okay, yeah, great. I've proper enjoyed them films. But they've got to make it. It's got to be good. You know what I mean? Because they've proper put a high bar for themselves. They really have put a high bar for themselves, and everybody, and everyone was wanting to see Cillian Murphy from the first film in this one. I won't say where he's in it, but I can at the very beginning of the credits, at the beginning of the film. You do hear, like, it comes up with 28 days or something, and you hear Jim go, hello, hello. Then it comes up with 28 years later. And I was like, whoa. It was like that. It was that kind of moment, you know what I mean? Pointing at the screen and clicking your fingers, going, yep. But
yeah, he returns. Just like he returns. That's
Somehow.
obvious. He returns like Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens. 3 seconds.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it does. And but it's like there's already spoilers on YouTube about the ending and stuff like that, which you can go and see and listen and watch. But I would recommend don't watch any of them. Go and see the film because
I didn't even watch the trailers.
Right. Well, that's good. Do you know what? I watched, I think, that trailer, then I went to see the film. And so I hadn't listened to any spoilers or anything like that, any reviews. I went in to see it. And so the film was like a proper, it unraveled itself to me in real time. And I was really pleased with it. Definitely going to get it. And it is, we've already said downstairs, me and Nikki and Nicholas, we're going to have a popcorn night and we're going to see 28 days. Then we're going to go miss 28 weeks and then go for 28 years later. And then 28 years, the Bone Temple. We're going to do like a marathon, big popcorn and go through them because they are really, really good. They are, it's so good. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I can't stop thinking about it. It's one of my favorite films. One of my favorite films. And that Jack O'Connell, man, is just so good. He's just so good in that role. And I tell you what, I said to Nicholas, your brother, Chris, just in case you forgot, right? I said to him, if you want to see a film with Jack O'Connor in that not many people have seen, it's called 71, and where he plays an army officer in Ireland. Brilliant film. He's absolutely phenomenal in that film. And he's a great actor, considering he started in a series called Skins. A lot of really good actors actually came out of that one series, of that generation of Skins from Channel 4, I think it was. But such good. I don't think there was any bad casting in this film. There's none. Everybody was casted right. You know what I mean?
The things you say, I don't think there's a lot of bad casting. There's like 10 people in the film.
Yeah, exactly, and a lot of people running around going, yeah, a lot of people that. Yeah, but you're right. It just says that the sequel is in development. I can't wait for it. Is there?
Yeah.
And it's made, according to Wikipedia, it's made 6 million from a budget of 63 million. So my cinema, when I went to see it, was packed, and it's the first time I've seen a cinema packed in a long, long time. It wasn't even packed when I went to see Avatar, but when I went to see 28 years later, Bone Temple, it was packed, and which is a good sign. You know what I mean? Popcorn's still expensive, but it was a good sign. There were a lot of bums on seats to watch this movie, so it has got its fans. Absolutely got its fans.
Yeah, I guess the very last thing to say and talk about is talking about scripts and stuff. Did you hear that Stranger Things did not have the finale wrote when they started filming the last season?
Oh man! Now, do you know? I've not watched the documentary. There's a documentary on Netflix called One. Is it One Last Ride or something like that?
Yeah.
And they went into it without any ending, even though beforehand they went online to, they did press reviews saying, oh yeah, we had the ending written when we did season 1. No, they didn't. Chris, what did they do for the ending?
ChatGPT.
They did. They went on GTP.
Well, no, they had a tab open. No one said, it's all unconfirmed. But they did confirm that they didn't have the finale wrote as they were starting to obviously start wrapping it up. And I think, there's a scene, it's been about a few weeks since here. You know that scene when David Harbour is being strangled? I think he was meant to die there. But Netflix was like, no one dies here. No one.
What are you doing? Yeah, it's like, didn't someone also say in that documentary, I've seen a scene with saying, yeah, we've got to have demo bats, we've got to have demo gorgons, we've got to have the demo dogs in the Nether regions, or whatever, because it's just too empty. And somebody went, yeah, I totally agree. Did we have them? Yep.
Budget cuts.
Yep, didn't see them. And there's people online that have made a better ending with AI than what was shown, because they did it as like what's it, a two-headed creature from D&D? What's it called? A Hydra.
Yeah.
Like a Hydra. And I was thinking, wow. And what was it, Chris? Did you tell me they spent more time on the coming out scene than they did on the kaiju fight?
I think something like that. But it was also like it's such an hour left. It was like it wrapped up, and I was like, oh, just an hour left.
Still an hour.
It's like, wow.
What's happening there?
But where can we rate it? Not as good as Breaking Bad finale. Don't think anything's going to beat that one. Not as good as the... And also, remember, the Breaking Bad finale was wrote as they were writing it out. Just maybe a better writer. I would say Stranger Things, it definitely landed better than Game of Thrones. But
yeah.
I just don't know. The thing that gets me about Stranger Things, again, is just like, someone's going to die. Yeah, nobody's going to die. The plot armor.
So
strong.
Chris, did you know there is an actual season 6 coming? Did you know there is a season 6? Well, got the trailer here for you. Let's have a look. Here it is. Get ready, folks.
Concept.
What do I reckon to that?
That is too risky for Netflix's stock price. I'm going to put that in the maybe one day bucket.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But to be fair, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
It's not bad for an AI generated trailer. And the concept of it, I thought was spot on. They suddenly realised that something's not right with the reality that he's experiencing. And I thought that was really, really good. Out of all these AI bits, I thought that was really, really good. Oh, here's that. Here's that one that I found. Here we go. Have a look at this.
Here we go.
Not the same guy. Well, how good was that? I'll pause it there. How good is that? That's more in line with it, isn't it?
That goes against Netflix stock prices. And they don't want Disney stock prices. They're valued more than Disney without any theme parks.
Yes, you're right there. They are. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with this AI stuff. Funny enough, after we were talking about it, there seems to be an awful lot of it coming out, Chris. I think they must have listened to our last episode and gone, hey, do you know what? We should be using AI more often. Right. Is that it then, Chris? Is that it?
I guess the last question I have for you is now Kennedy's time is done. What is your final opinion? After our conversation today, did I change it? Did, because during the whole time it was, she's not very good. But the question I asked you today is, did I redeem Kathleen Kennedy almost a little bit for you?
A little bit, yes, you did, Chris. I have to say, I totally believe what you said is totally true. Perhaps the Big D, the Mickey, just like in the South Park episodes, it was like, now, you listen to me, Kathy. You can't do those. You gotta do what we say, all right? Oh, there's gonna be some big trouble. Yeah, I totally believe it. Yeah, you've redeemed it, Chris. 100%. You've redeemed it. I'm gonna look at it. 100%. Yeah.
It was all justified killing Luke.
Yeah, it was all. Yeah, it is.
Hey, but don't worry. The big D, he's brought you back. You could get to meet him.
Yeah, we could. Right, and that brings us to the end of the show. So thanks for tuning in to Radio Free Endor. Hold on, I'm trying a new thing with this. Right, thank you for tuning in and join us on our latest trip to Endor in a galaxy far, far away. We hope you've had as much fun listening as we did recording it. If you want to stay connected with the show, make sure you follow us on social media. Just search for @Radio Free Endor on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. Hit the like button and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode. Discussions or some breaking Star Wars news. We'll also love to hear from you. If you've got any thoughts, questions, theories, or hot takes, send them our way at radiofreeendor@gmail.com. You can also follow me at Jamie_R_Burns on X. And of course, Chris is lurking somewhere in the Outer Rim as
Burned Chris.
And for those of you looking for merchandise in the real world, head over to TeePublic and check out the official Radio Free Endor merchandise. T-shirts, hoodies, mug stickers, key rings, mouse mats, everything you need to look proper cool in the podcast world. And don't forget, you can find us on Spotify, Apple. So if you like what you've heard, please leave us a 5-star review. It really helps boost the show and bring more Star Wars fans into Endor camp. Once again, thank you for listening to Radio Free Endor. May the Force be with you, and we'll see you next time. How was that? That looked really good?
That was great.
Cool. So, again, thanks, Chris, for coming on. Thank you for
Always
people watching, and we'll see you again real soon for another episode of Radio Free Endor. See you later. Bye-bye.